Hello everyone, this is Vicky Stitchnbutton, and it is time for a WIP parade. Get your drink, coffee, tea, water, liquid IV, and get ready, because it's going to be a minute, or several, or a day. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. I have got, right now, I think it's 100 WIPs. Okay, you can count them and double check, but I mean, I do have a list, so there's that. And this is how it's going to go. I am going to show you everything that I have going on right now. And then I'm going to let you know which ones I am going to keep on for next year. Right now, I wrote it down. I have 43 that are definitely going over next year. That leaves 57, because math, right? I am going to do another video after this. And I don't know if I'll do it tonight. Depends on how long this takes right now. But I'll be doing another video on just the ones that I want you guys to vote on. So get your pencil and paper ready and maybe write down some notes, or you can wing it for the next video. So I plan on taking over probably 60 WIPs. I think that's about a good number. Maybe 55. I don't know. Anywhere up to 60 WIPs is my number for next year to work on. Now, that doesn't mean I'm not going to have new starts. And it doesn't mean that I won't pull something out of the on hold pile, because I don't want to call it a UFO pile. It's more of a, let's get this on hold. I will put them in with my kitted stuff in my hamper of kitted things. And it's going to free up some space where I keep my WIPs. That way it's not so jumbled. And hopefully this will work out. That's my plan. So let's get to it. I need to get some of this stuff off of my table here, because I can't fit one more thing. I've got bins and everything to try to pop stuff in and get it out of the way and try to keep it somewhat in line. Now, I did unzip all this stuff that's over here, but I also have a whole bunch of project bags that I did not get to unzip yet, because it's just impossible. So, just in case. I don't know. I haven't gotten any complaints about it, but I'm doing me, guys. I'm doing me. If you've watched me, you know. All right, so I will give you the information on the WIP. I will show you where I'm at with it. No, I don't have before pictures because I'm not that organized. I keep on thinking I want to, but I don't know if I can commit to something like that. That's a lot more work than I really want to do. Let's be honest. One of these days, maybe. This time, not going to happen. So let's get into it. This bag is from Christine, Stitch All the Things. It's gorgeous. And Vader lives in here. I should probably put one of my bigger WIPs in here. But for now, Vader's been living in here. It's fine. This is Vader. I bought him when he was It was Stitch Line on Etsy when I bought him. And it is now called Stitch Area or Stitcheria. All one word, Stitch Area. And it's on Etsy. He got in 520 stitches this year. I am stitching him with DMC, and he is on 36 count linen from Vicki Clayton, from back when she was doing linen years ago. And this is what he looks like now. Yes, that is the front. So that's what he looks like now. I don't remember what I had stitched on. I want to say I probably filled in a lot of here and some over here, because I think. So you see some fighters in there, and there's going to be a lot more. Here's a little guy over here. I love this fabric. All right. He is not on the list for definite. He can be voted in. So he goes over here. I have a hamper, just a regular clothes hamper that I'm going to toss them in. That bag's too big to toss in, but it's fine. It'll be fine. Everything's fine. Okay, this one. This one is technically not mine, but I'm doing a round robin, Ink Circles round robin with Sammy J Stitches, Sarah, My Stitching Kingdom, and Holly from several of the challenge groups. And we all picked an Ink Circles. This is Sammy's Ink Circles. Now, instead of just doing a corner, because she's got to be different, she picked this one, which is called By Any Other Name. And so we're doing a wedge. So Sammy did the bottom one, and I am doing this one over here. We're keeping the color palette, except for the big flower here. We all picked our colors, and she sent it along. This is being stitched on same... This is being stitched on Fabric Flare. It's called Forest Slushy, and it's 32 count even weave. I added my own needle minder on it. And here's where it's at. Sammy finished hers. I started mine. I think I only did 200 stitches on it. And I'm trying to see if I have pulled out the thread that I'll be using. That's Holly's. Okay. So mine's going to be this color. That's going to be my... I don't know if you can see that well. It's got some turquoise and dark blue in it. So that's going to be the color of my flower when I get all the way over to the side. Right now, obviously this is going into next year. This is a definite going into next year. But it's not going to be worked on until at least January. I have things I'm trying to get done this month. So this is not going to get touched until then. Alright. Oops. I'll put that there. Okay. Next up. This is Pandas by Riolis. It was a kit. I have a meager start on this one. It is that wool fabric. And I have one of my winders from R&R Woodwork KY. Rich and Roxy. This year I was able to get in about 330 stitches on it. I am using the called for fabric and threads. Here we go. There we go. And that's how far I got into it. This is available in my group. Looking good. Not a bad start. Not a bad start. I think this is like 11 count, I want to say. I don't know. Does it say what count it is? 10 count flaxen. 10 count flaxen. I pre-cut a lot of the threads just to give myself a break. I think it's using 3 strands, if I'm not mistaken. So this one is one that's going to be able to be voted on. That is not in my definitely going through. And let me just, I can double check. Let's do this. I am going to... It'll help me if I do this now. So bear with me just a moment. Okay. I showed you Vader. I showed you this one. And I showed you Pandas. Alright. Also, oh, by the way, all 3 of those have reached their 300 for the year. So yay me. And Pandas is not slated to come over. It can be voted on though. Next one up. F is for Friends and Flowers. That's that little one. That one I have slated to come over for next year because it's small enough that it is definitely a projected finish. I say it can be finished. Let's just put it that way Will I put in the work to do it? I don't know. I could. So it's a probable finish, let's put it that way. That's how far I've gotten on it. And it's just the two ladies in the center. They still need their back stitching, and I think I still have some more stitches to do in this dress. Maybe. But I have to back stitch them and then start on other things around them. So that's a really tiny one that is going in the definites. Next one up is a Jan Lynn kit. And it is Winter Sampler. I am using the kit. Did I use the kit fabric? No, I did not use the kit fabric because it came with Ada. And I swapped it out. I'm using the kit threads. I swapped it out to 28 count flax cashel linen. And this is how far I've gotten. There are a lot of quarter stitches in there, so I'm glad I did not keep the 14 count Ada. There's some blends in there. And I am stitching this with Holly. She's got autumn. So, not this specific one. She likes autumn. I like the winter one, so we started these together, and that needle minder is available in my group. This one is definitely moving over to next year because I'm stitching it with Holly. She may be further along than I am. I'm almost positive. Alright. Bear with me. I have a smaller pile here so I can make a section. Stitching with Friends. This is the next one on the list of going with. This one was a freebie from Stitch West. And, well, I say freebie, but it came with the retreat. And she's since released it. It's from Little Stitch Girl. I did not stitch with that color palette. Where am I here? Oh, I've got Itchy Nose, of course. I am stitching mine on 36 count Vicky Clayton linen and Mystery or Miscellaneous, either or, Silks for You. I had gotten a pack of them, different colors, and that's what I chose. I am disorganized. Alright, that's how far I am on this one. Almost finished the very bottom. And this was given to us at that Stitch West. Now this is, when I say at Stitch West, I'm trying to look for the year 2021. It said it right on the chart. Look at that. So this one got its 300 stitches in it also for the year. And it is going over for next year. What did I get in? I got almost 500 stitches. It's 471 it says. I did those in August. So it did get its 300 for the year, and it's moving over for next year because I want to get it finished. Where did I put it? Oh my goodness, this is taking way too long. Alright, so this one's going. Next up, Peaceful Ponderings. That is from Meridian Designs. That's this one here. I'm pretty sure Amy started this. Did you finish it, Amy? Probably, because I'm a lot slower on it than you are. But this is Peaceful Ponderings. And Amy Loves Toads, had started it also. And she's always a lot faster than I am. And I'm looking for... I don't have a card with it. I don't know where the card went for it. This one I did not put on the definite And it's not because, you know, Amy, I love you to death, but I don't know which way it goes. Okay. But you can vote on it. And it's just, I know you'll finish it way before I ever will. So I just put this on the vote. It can be voted in, so this could possibly be for next year. That's how far I got. There's a lot of color changes in that. You'd think, oh, it'll be real quick. That's another one of those, oh yeah, best laid plans. And don't say it'll be quick, because it's not going to be. So that goes in the vote pile, guys. Next up. This is one by Ink Circles. Another Ink Circles, guys. And it is Cocoa Time. I am not doing it on that bright fabric. And I don't have a card for it. I don't see a card for it. That's fine. I don't know exactly how many stitches I put on it, but I know it got over 300 stitches. Because here it is. Some pretty dense stitching on this one. I do believe I changed out some of the threads. Yeah, I used what I had on hand, basically. It's just I didn't go anything specific. Of course, the red I'm using is Cupid instead of Cherry Cobbler. They had classic, what is CCT? Is it Classic Colorworks? Yeah, Classic Colorworks. I had a couple of them. I did not have all of them, so I just went with what I thought looked good. And this is a 32 count tea-dyed linen. I don't know what brand. And that's available in my group also. So, Cocoa Time is not on the list to go for next year, but you can vote on it. This is my bag from Becky Nolan. Used to be Death by Cross Stitch. It's Lucy Bean now. And then we have October 31st. This one I stitched on recently, and it's in a Garon tote bag that Laurel had given me. This is what it looks like. It's from Cottage Garden, and it did get over 300 stitches. As a matter of fact, it got a little bit over 500 stitches this year. And it's being stitched on 32 count Diversity Lugana from Mystic Fabrics. And I'm using DMC. And for the gray over dye, I'm using Banker's Gray. And that's how far I've gotten. I purchased that needle minder. I can't remember her name. I'm sorry. But I purchased it at Stitch West in 2021. Along with a couple other the clay minders like that. And where are you on this list? Okay. This one was not slated as a definite, so if you like it, you can vote on it in the next video. And I'll show all these, by the way. I do plan on showing them so they can be voted on. Next one up has not been, I don't think I've stitched on this one all year. Nope, have not stitched on it this year. And it is called Penny America. It is from Tree of Life Samplings, and I'm trying to look for the, I took all of, I have a Pendaflex folder. Oh, it's down there now. I was going to show it to you. That I put all these in so that, well, most of them, so they don't get too beat up. Penny America. That's what it looks like. I am using 32 count heroic. And am I using... I'm using most of the called for threads, and then there were a few that I didn't have. So I either used the DMC equivalent or some other hand-dyed. And all I've got done is, this is just that one side. That's all I've got done. So this one still has not gotten its 300 stitches for the year. I may get to it this month. And this one is not slated to definitely move over. So if you'd like to see that one, you can vote on it in the next video. Penny America. I'm double checking myself. That's why I'm marking these off. Because I'm almost positive this was not one of them. Oh, please. Apparently I don't know how to read. Okay. Yeah, that's on the haven't stitched the 300 for it. I only have about, and I'll let you know for sure, but I only have about 9 of them left total to stitch, so that's not a bad thing. Alright, next up. Let's get this on a move. This one, I have a picture on my phone to show you because I did not print out a picture. My son gave a special request for me to stitch this. Well, the saying. So I went on to Etsy and I sent him a whole bunch of pictures and he picked out the one he liked. And this is, it's not a crack house. It's a crack home. And I am horrible because I did not write down the designer. Or maybe I did. I did. This one is it's L Creative Group. All one word. L Creative Group, and that is on Etsy. You can get that. It was pretty reasonable, maybe between $3 and $5. And I am stitching this on some 18 count Ada that I had on hand. I have like a whole yard or so of it. And I got in a whole bunch of stitches. I don't know, that's about 500 stitches right there. It went pretty quick. So I still have... Okay, so I even filled in these windows with the gray, but those windows need to be filled in, and the doorknob needs to be filled in. All the grass is done, and then I started in on the roof. So in the roof, there's one color in the roof that I'll just have to come down and put that one stitch in. And the only reason why I didn't fill in this one is because I ran out of my thread, and there's more gray up in here in this window, so when I do that, I'll pop down and do those instead of pulling out that one color. Oh, and this great needle minder says Craft Hole, and that is from Live and Die LA. So this one is definitely going over for next year because I need to finish this up and frame it for my son. So that'll be hopefully a quick start and finish type situation. We'll see. We'll see. Anything's possible, right? Next up is hot air balloon. I call it Wizard of Oz hot air balloon. And this is from the Elfin Forest. That's what it looks like. That's the name of it on Etsy. Now, I have not double checked to see if these places are still there, but that's where I bought them from. So if you're interested, you can go take a look. That's what it's supposed to look like. I also have one that goes with it. It's about the same size and everything. And it's the Wicked Witch that I have not started until I'm finished this one. I have gotten its 300 stitches and I did over 400 stitches. This is being stitched on 32 count Vicky Clayton fabric. It's linen. And both of them will be on the same fabric. Here's where I'm at. Now, I know when I showed this before, I had said I did the long stitches on that balloon. And there's more that need to go in there. I don't know if I'll keep those there. Or I may take them out and redo them so they lay better once everything else is stitched. I probably should have kept them off, and I didn't. Poor planning. And I don't know what they called this on the Etsy, because I don't even know that it really had a name on the chart. I think it was like some weird numbers when I downloaded it. But you can see if they're still available by looking up that Etsy store. I don't know why I can't read, guys. Here it is. That one is not on the promise list for next year. So it will go in the pile for the next video. On the next video, though, I am not pulling out all the WIPs. I'm just showing the pictures for them to be voted on. Okay, I don't have a cover picture printed out for this one. This is Dark Queen of the Sea. Many have seen it already. It is by Autumn Lane Stitchery. I ended up buying the thread pack and the embellishment pack and the fabric right from Under the Sea Fabrics. Stephanie over there, and I think she called this Bewitched. There were two options. I chose Bewitched. 32 count Joblin. And this is by Autumn Lane Stitchery. That's how far I've gotten on her. That is up to and started a good bit on part 3. So I'm up to part 3 on her. And she is not on the list for a definite next year. So she will be in the video, the next video to be voted on. She did get her 300 in though, so that's a good thing. Oh, I just showed this not too long ago. Hannah Mandela. This is my hashtag BFFSL that I'm stitching with my BFF, Gina. It is being stitched on 32 count Georgia Peach Cobbler from Dixie Sampler. It is a linen. And I am stitching it with some Silks for You, PR067. It definitely got its 300 in for the year. Matter of fact, it got double that. And I recently showed this, so it hasn't changed since the last time I showed it. Here it is. I purchased my needle minder from Mad for Minders. Yeah, Mad for Minders. So this year, I pretty much did this corner and some of this coming down here. That's what all those stitches went to. This one will be going in for next year. That is a definite moving over. So I've got at least 3 ink circles, at least 3 of them. Alrighty. This is a new start for me, and it is from this book, Carousel Horses from Count on Cappy. The one I'm doing is the Philadelphia Toboggan Company. That's that one. I also printed it out. I'm stitching this one on, this was my birthday start, so I'm stitching this one on 32 count Wapo Blue from Needle Bling Designs, using the called for DMC and some, I explained it in my last video, some of the Kreinik in the blending filament and some in number 4 Petite Treasure braid. No, number 4 braid from Kreinik, so it's not Petite Treasure braid. But anyway, this is how far I got. That is the saddle. And I'm using my balloon animal from Alara. I don't know if she has any more, but I bought that from the Stitching in the Springs. That's where I got it from. Stitching in the Springs Retreat. Well, actually, I didn't get it. Gina bought it for me. And the bag I have it in is actually from Needle Bling. This one is moving over. It's new, and I am definitely moving it over. I want to get some more done on it. That's the one I'm calling Philadelphia Toboggan Company because, I mean, technically that's what it is, but instead of saying Carousel Horses from Count on Capture, right? My next one. This one definitely got its 300 in, and it is, I think she might have changed the name of it, but on here it's NYC Twin Tower Scene, and it's from Stitching Joel's Designs. I definitely got the 300 in on that, and I am stitching this one on 32 count Lugana in the color Mirage from Picture This Plus. I started this one in the lower right corner, so I've got a lot of the water going on, and started it on the city. This one was not marked off to work on next year. Well, to carry over for sure next year, so it will be up for vote. I'm using the called for DMC on it, by the way. And it's in a bag that I had offered up and made. It was at the 20-year anniversary. That's when I started it. Alright. There might be pauses because I've been doing this cough and sneezing thing. Let's see how much more I can get through before I have to pause. Alright. Do I have this one? Yes. This one is definitely moving over to next year because I'd like to get it done. And I have this whole picture. Let's do coffee. From Imaginating. I think I even have the chart here somewhere. I'm gonna sneeze. Oh, excuse me. There it is. Bigger version. Alright. This one got its 300 stitches in. And it's going over. Where did my board go? I lost it. Lost my mind a long time ago. So, here we go. That's how far I've gotten this year. It got its 300 stitches. It's going to be moved over. There's a mistake in there. There's a couple mistakes. But I'm just keep on keeping on. Because I think I can make it work. It'll be fine. Everything's fine. I am using a... What color is it? Did I write it down? Or do I just have it randomly in here? I don't think I have the sticker on it anymore. No. Oh, it was on the back of that picture, guys. It's called Be Seated, and it is a silk from Vicky Clayton. The fabric is also Vicky Clayton. I think it's a 36 count linen. It's actually a little peacher than what it's showing, believe it or not. It's almost a skin tone color. Yeah, almost. Alright, so let's do Coffee is Moving Over, because I need to, let's get this done on it, right? Right. And my friend Connie, leave that bag for me. Alright, this was a newer start. And it got its 300 stitches. So let's find the chart real quick, because I don't have the picture in the project bag. This is what happens when you got too much going on. Aha! Aha! Madame Chantilly. And she's calling it Winter Hot Cocoa. That's what it's supposed to look like when it's done. I am not going to put the words Winter Hot Cocoa. I may put winter, but I'm definitely not putting the hot cocoa part. Because my guys, honestly, could be doing coffee. So there's that. This is being stitched on 32 count Diversity. And that is from Mystic Fabrics. And I can't remember where I got that cute little owl needle minder from, honestly. I'm trying to think. I know somebody gave it to me. I can't remember, I'm sorry. So we've got a little squirrel going on so far. I did not put this on the definites for next year. And I'm just going to double check myself. But I'm almost positive I did not. It's good block stitching though. So if it got voted in, I wouldn't even be mad. Yeah. Alright. Because it's all animals, I put it in this bag that I made with the fat piggies. Fat pig in a little tub. Let's see. To be voted on. Let me make sure I've got all the parts in there. Yep. Alright. I am almost positive that I chose this one for next year. But I know it. Yep. So this is definitely going over for next year. I definitely got the 300 stitches plus some on it. And that is You Belong to Me from Long Dog. I am stitching this one on, I don't know. It's a 32 count linen. That's why I don't know. It's a random piece of linen I had. And I'm using Silks for You PR 168. I also later on added some sulky thread. Well, I haven't put it in yet, but I've decided I will. And it's sulky thread number 1070. It's the 12 weight that I'm going to put for the pyramids. They're going to be in the sulky. And this is how far I've gotten this year. It looks so good. Yeah. It's definitely going over next year. I need to get more in on that one. Back in a flash. Okay, next up. Liberty Games. This is an Erica Michaels that I started this year. And it is being stitched on 32 count Belfast Heroic from Picture This Plus. And I am using not all the called for threads. It did get its 300 for the year. And I think I just pretty much cobbled together what I could. I don't think I'm using... Let me double check. Hang on. Yeah, no. I'm using 2 of the called for threads, a few of the DMC. That's about it. But that's fine. It's going to look great. It's going to look great. So, this one is not slated to definitely come over for next year. So it'll go in the vote pile. But that's how far I've gotten. It got in 477 stitches as a start. As a matter of fact, I picked it up, I started it, got in 477 stitches and was done. I still have some of these needle minders available in my group. And I put it in this bag that I bought from my friend Lisa, Silver Stitcher. I have another one of her bags coming over because the fabric was so great. It's cute. So that's going to be a vote. Next up is Clockwork Bird. This is another one that is not in my definite pile. But it did get its 300 stitches. It's a panic kit. And it came on even weave, so I'm using the kit fabric and kit threads, and they're cotton. I put in over 600 stitches, just over 600 stitches on this. And that's how far I got. I think what I worked on most when I worked on it was the tail. Well, tail feathers, shake a tail feather. And that needle minder is available on my group. It's a Monty Python reference. Look how good this is. I think I still might have a little bit of this fabric left to make bags eventually. A couple bags anyway. I love that. This next one is definitely coming over for next year because I had just started it and I was enjoying it. And it is Away We Ride from Blackbird Design. I am stitching this on 40 count hazelnut cream by Grace Notes. I'm using maybe the called for threads. I write my notes on my working copy. So let's see what my working copy says. No. 1, 2, 3 of the called for, 1 DMC. Instead of using the Onyx, I'm using 3799. And then the others, I'm using other stuff that I had, I guess. I had it on tap, so to speak. So this one's definitely coming over. And it got 1,000 stitches when I first started it. Apparently, I was really enjoying myself. And I'm still not done the house with 1,000 stitches. That's 1,000 tiny stitches, guys. That needle minder is available in my group still. It says, assuming I'm just an old lady was your first mistake. So we will be seeing this definitely next year. And we have the Friends and Family Sale. This is the 2020 Friends and Family Sale from Fox and Rabbit. I am stitching this with, let's see, PR 152 from Silks For You. And it's being stitched on 36 count Vicky Clayton fabric, 1/2. And that's where I've gotten to. I think I just finished January. That's it. So I'm only a few years behind, right, guys? I think it looks really good. I love the colors. And I don't know why I don't stitch on it more. I think because I had messed up a few times, so I just stopped picking it as something to stitch. Totally my fault. You know that, right? And you can see what it looks like on the group, I think. But I had only printed out up to March. So I'll be working on this stuff next. I'm not putting any initials in it. I don't know that I will at all, because first of all, I don't have a big family. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I could always put them in later. That's what I figured. This was not slated to definitely go over, so you can always just vote on it. I made this bag. I don't have that fabric anymore. It was hard to find to start with. So, put this over here. Then we've got, this one is definitely being moved over to next year. This is one that Belinda had sent me. It's a Mirabilia. It's called December Blue Topaz Fair. December Blue Topaz. And I'm picking out the picture. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. She even sent me the little needle minder, little unicorn needle minder. It's adorable. So she didn't want to stitch on it anymore. She had gotten so much done, and she's like, I don't want to stitch on this. I said, I will. My daughter's birthday is in December, so give it to me. I ended up being able to put over a little under 600 stitches, but she's got it more than halfway finished. So this is definitely moving over for next year, because it could possibly be done. I think she sent all or most of the beads. Yeah, all or most of the beads and everything. So what did I work on? When I worked on it, I worked on legs. I worked on legs. But she had all this already done. So her fabric might be a pole stitch. It's probably a 32 count, and it's opalescent. I don't know if you can tell on the screen, but it's definitely opalescent. So I just don't know what her fabric was. Could be color cascade. Let me see if she sent that. Sometimes she sent me the chart and everything, so she had marked the chart. She doesn't say. Oh, 32 count Belfast opal frozen in chromatic from Chromatic Alchemy. There you go. So that's definitely moving over for next year. I have to wash this bag. I might have to find a different bag to put her in. Either retire or throw that bag in the washing machine. And crap, darn, I can't. Look, you know we got to put away all the parts, right? Or else it's going to be more chaos than it normally is. So December Blue Topaz, definitely going over for next year. Then we have, let's do this one. Okay, yeah, this one is definitely going over for next year also. And it is another Mirabilia, and that is Silver Moon Tea. I am stitching this one on 32 count even weave from Fabric Flare. And it's in the color Lilac. And that's how far I've gotten so far. I think her knee starts about here. But she's looking good. She definitely got her 300 plus stitches in for this year. A little over 400. She's moving back over for this year. Let's see what else is next. This next one is from the Little Stitcher. And I'm looking to see if this one's moving over also or not. My goodness. You can never find something on a list when you're trying to just hurry up and finish it off, right? Right. If only I knew how to do this stuff. Where is it? Tell me I don't have it on the list. Oh my goodness, guys. Okay. So I'll just show it to you and explain, and I'll keep on looking. This is The Wizard of Oz. I had already done Alice in Wonderland, and I bought a bunch in this series from them. So I pulled out Wizard of Oz next. And I don't know why I can't find them on. Oh, here it is. Look at that. I don't have this on the list for definite for next year, so it'll be voted on. And that's how far I've gotten. This is a fabric from, definitely a fabric from Vicky Clayton. It got its 300 stitches in for the year. And I'm using the code for DMC. This got 601 stitches as a start in March. So that's not bad. It is a quicker stitch. I probably should have put it on, but that's fine. I wanted to leave some for people to vote on. And that one made the cut to be voted on. Oh, the needle minder, it was available on Live and Die LA. I don't know if she's got any more. You'd have to check with her. I did not check her website. So, to be voted on goes in that hamper. Next up is, this one is called, I forget what it's called. Hold on, guys. Love Bugs. This is Love Bugs from Tell Emblem. My first time stitching any of their stuff. I am not putting the emblem at the bottom. I think I'm just going to put the border across to fill that in. And this one did not make it to go over next year, so it'll be on the vote pile. I am stitching this on a 32 count. I'm pretty sure it's 32 count. Let me pull out it got its 300 stitches, let me tell you that. That needle minder, I don't know if I have any left. I did have them for sale. I might have more gizmos, don't know. So it got 500 stitches in, and it's on 32 count even weave fabric flare. Oh, it was a fabric of the month. That's why I don't know the name of it. So this was a fabric of the month, and I thought it would go good with the insects. So the butterfly is the center, and I'm going up and down with my squares. I know Sammy's changed hers to go horizontal. So the butterfly is totally done, and I just need to... Did I lie to myself? I lied right to you, I think. Unless there's no stitching there, let's look. Anyway, I think the butterfly is totally done. It is, because there are no stitches there. The only stitches I need to put in now... Nope, they're done too. So what else needs to be done? Oh, the dots. And then I can go on to the rest of the stuff that's in there. So there's all the doodads and whatnots. Alright. So this one didn't make it in, but it is available to vote for in the next video. Put that there. This great little bag was from my friend Slub Lover Stitches, Candace, along with this little fob that she had made. I haven't seen her in forever. I wonder how she's doing. I say see her, I mean like online. Like poofed on us all. Okay. I have 2 in this bag, and there's a reason. There's one called Queen Anne's Lace. I plan on starting that next year with Laurel, because we started this one together. She bought me this. We started Bells of Ireland together. It's one of the Nora Corbetts. This is going over for next year for sure, because we would like to finish her next year, maybe. Because when we finish her, then we're going to start Queen Anne's Lace. She is being stitched on 28 count Little Boy Blue. I don't know. I just said Little Boy Blue. It didn't tell me what the who the dyer or manufacturer is. And Bells of Ireland. Where is she? Here she is. Yeah, she's definitely going over. And this is how far I got. She got in 541 stitches as a start. So I think Laurel's further than I am now, because she worked a lot on it, a lot more. And that little fox is available on my group. So she needs more stitches in. She is definitely going over for next year. She's an easier stitch as far as, you know, the Mirabilias and Nora's go. And she's smaller. Sort of like along the lines of Poppy was. So definitely, this bag is a makeup bag that I received from Cosmetic World years ago, back in the 90s, when they were trying to sell you, you know, they'd send you the bag, and then they want you to buy their cosmetics piecemeal for way too much money. Yeah, that's where that bag's from. Alright. Next up is Scary Sampler. Scary Sampler is from Heartstring Samplery. Spoiler alert, she is doing one that's not pop culture related, that's similar. So it's going to be the not pop culture version of it. She's slated, she said she's going to release it for market, I believe. I think. So keep an eye if you like this but don't like the pop culture references. I am stitching this one on. This is also going over for next year too, because it's a big one and it really needs a lot more work. This is on 40 count linen from Vicky Clayton, and it doesn't have a color. This is how far I've gotten. So I've got a Demigorgon done, and almost another one done, and I still haven't reached my alien head seed pod. So I need a lot more stitching done on this one, so it's definitely coming over. I just love the whole idea of it. It makes me happy. That's 555 stitches on that for last year. Well, I started it this past year, so. I had something else to say about that. I can't remember. Oh, it's in my dragon bag, by the way. I have that fabric in red that I need to make bags out of, but there's so many bags I need to make. It's kind of hard to catch up with the fabrics. Although, I have slowed down on buying fabric so I can use what I've got on tap. Next up is my Moonlight Sampler from the Blue Flower. I had resisted on this, but once I saw these little possums done, I just couldn't in that box. I just love it. So I had to jump on the train and get it. It is being stitched on 40 count grayish purple, hand dyed by Rolanda. It did get its 300 stitches. It is moving on to next year's. All of my newest ones are definitely moving on to next year's. Pretty much at least the last 8 are. I was able to get in 904 stitches when I started it in July. That's not 904, that's 704 because I don't know how to math. So I started in the center, and I got her done and started on her dog. And of course, since it's Angel's, I had to put in this red squirrel, because why not? Yeah, I ordered this from her lot. I saw it on Etsy, and I was like, I need this 40 count. Do you have? And she said yes, and so it went very well. So she shipped it from Canada to the US. It didn't take long at all, and it wasn't too expensive for shipping or anything. So don't be deterred because she's in Canada if you're in the US. That's all I got on that. So that's definitely moving over. It's cute, and it needs a lot of work, and it shall get some. Okay, getting on to these bigger ones here, and then I will have to pause again to move this stuff out of the way and get to my other bags and take my dog out, because I don't know if you heard him whining, but he has been whining. Next up is this Mama Jamma. This one is Animal Magnetism. It's from Dimensions, Charts, and Charms, and this second time going with this because it was stolen the first time after I had most of the elephant, and I think I had elephant, giraffe, and lion done. So somewhere around there. There was a lot done. Anyway, it got well over its 300 stitches, and then I was supposed to do a thread a day or 100 stitches or 100 days of stitching, and it didn't happen. So Belinda was disappointed. It's okay, Belinda. It still looks good. The last time I worked on it, I did a lot of the back stitching, and look how good that looks. Look at that. You can see his trunk, and there's wrinkles, and there's still more back stitching to do, but I only want to do it where I know there's no more full stitches first. So I had even started into the ram's horn to get the stitches in for one of my challenge groups. So the birds are back stitched. This part of this bow is back stitched. I did not get that done because I don't know if there's more stitches in there. Oh, where it was in the Q snap, it was covered up. It is looking really good. Obviously, this one's moving over to next year. I don't know that, I doubt if I'll get it done next year anyway, but if I can get a good chunk of it done, Belinda will be very happy. Right, Belinda? Oh, I guess I should show you what it's supposed to look like, just in case you haven't seen it. And there it is. The beasts. This is in another Garon Tote Bags bag. Bought this a few years ago from... I love these seals. They're just too cute. So, that goes in here. Alright. Animal Magnetism. I think Animal Magnetism is now my oldest WIP, by the way. I started that 2018. There's another one that I had started in 2018, but it wasn't until December, and that was Vader. So those are my two oldest WIPs. 3 oldest WIPs. Let's Do Coffee was August of 2018. So we should probably get a good bit done on those then. Be good. I'm closing the bag. Alright, these are the ones that I have slated to get them finished. So they are definitely going over for next year because I need to work on them this month anyway to see how much I can get done. Photo booth, I thought could probably, I think I lied to myself several times on photo booth from Bent Creek. It's going to move over. I still don't, it's not going to get done by the end of the year. So, but it's a small enough piece that it needs to move over. It does go quickly, but there's still a lot more stitches in there than you'd think. So this is how far I've gotten. I am using my own colors. I just picked out colors because I didn't have all the colors, so I just picked out what I wanted. I do have more of these gummy bear needle minders, by the way. They're really good for smalls to fit in, so they're not taking up half of your stitching space. So that's that. That definitely got its 300 plus some for the year, and it's moving over. Just put that there. I know I never even gave it a proper project bag. It's fine. Everything's fine. But I think I'll put it back in this bag anyway. So that one is definitely moving over. Another one that's moving over, it's called Clean Dishes. And that one doesn't even have a proper bag because I thought, oh, look, you can get this done in no time. And I lied to myself again. I tend to do that a lot. This one, it's not going over for next year, by the way. I should, but we'll see if it gets voted. How about that? But I'm not beyond, if it doesn't get voted, I'm not beyond picking it out when I finish something or want to start a new thing, so to speak. This is 32 count Mayflower Gray from Dames of the Needle. I'm using 310 for the threads because why not? And the stitch itself is by Dames of the Needle, so the chart is also by her. It got its 300 stitches in, and then some. So in theory, I should be able to just whip this out. But those stitches you saw right there was over 800 stitches, just to give you an idea of how deceptive it is. So we'll put that in the voter's basket. This next one is definitely moving over if I don't have it finished. Because I really just need to take a couple nights and knock this out. This is Stormtrooper. Old kit. Yeah. Needs to get done. I put this on. I don't even know. Excuse me. Holly's Request from Dames of the Needle. It's a 32 count. Because I wasn't going to use the Ada. It was all stiff. And I ended up putting in quarter stitches, and I'm going to add more. And I think that's why it's taken me a little bit longer. But a lot of the back stitching's done. I still have more, of course. But we're getting there. And I just need to finish it. Look, it stays in the Q-snap. And in this nondescript bag that I need to wipe off again. I take Windex and just wipe them off every once in a while. Another one that I need to work on is another one that's not in a proper project bag. Sorry. It's noisy. And that is this one called Sea Hag. This was an exclusive in Under the Sea Fabrics mermaid box. And it was a full kit. It's got Dinky Dye Silk, turquoise, the Ophelia 32 count linen in the colorway Ophelia from Under the Sea Fabrics. And J Long sent me this. I don't even have a needle minder with it. That's how far I've gotten. This is definitely moving over so I can get it finished. It's on my finish. Slated to be finished also for this month, so we will see if I can make that happen. Bear with me. I'm losing my mind. I mean, I lost my spot. I am marking these off. Did I mark old and new to go over for next year? Yes. Okay. So those go here. Okay. See how much more I can get done before I have to pause. This is... oh my goodness. Excuse me. Get through Beaker and then I'll go, so I don't annoy the hell out of you. This is Beaker. This is from Fiddlesticks AU. Megan from Stitch and May. She dyed this fabric. It is 28 count Monaco to match a skin tone for Beaker. I am using the code for DMC. And Fiddlesticks AU is available on Etsy. If for some reason you don't see Beaker on there, you can ask her to put it back up, because I think once the listing expires, she doesn't always renew them, but she will. I'll be back. Okay, that's better. Beaker. It's been a minute. I actually figured out that I was actually starving, so I went and ate, and Gunnar had to go out, so now we're back. Beaker will be on for next year, definitely, and he got his 300 plus stitches in, so on to the next. We have Tired Trio. Tired Trio is from Plum Street. That's my working copy. Tired Trio. Maybe I should have looked this up before I came back on. Where'd he go? Tired Trio did get its 300 stitches in. I do know that. And it is being stitched on 28 count even weave from Fortnite fabric. The color is PB and J. And my board. Tired Trio will be coming on for next year. I have a bunch of these stacks, so I'd like to keep one going, so to speak. This is how far I got. That was from the start. That's how much I got done. And that was, what, 414 stitches. There are over 1/1 stitches in the face. So if you're thinking about doing this, just keep that in mind. So I always usually go with an even weave or a linen anyway. And I forget where I got this. Did Gina buy that for me? Somebody sent me this. This was a gift. I know it was. I think maybe Gina. Anyway, so it did get its stitches for the year, because I just started it this year. I started it in June. And it will be indefinitely for next year. And then probably when I finish that, I'll pick out another stack. Because I know I have the llamas, the cows, there's a bunch I have. Next up is 'Tis Halloween. Now, I am not doing all of the stockings in this book, but I'm doing some. And I have plenty of fabric for it. The stocking I'm actually working on is this one. It's right here on the back. And it did get its 300 stitches in. And I should pull it out anyway to see if I can't get it finished for this year. But I don't know. I have other ones that I'm trying to work on. I mean, I could just knock this out, I'm sure. Because I had to finish this flower here. Then there's the bigger double portion of the flower. And then another one of these over here. And then I think I'm done. Oh, and then there's like a little tiny plus mark there. And wait, there's more. Apparently I have to put the ends. No, I put the ends on most of them, so I just have to put the ends on some. I made one for me and one for Gina. But I have a big piece of this fabric. It is 30 count Weeks Dye Works Cocoa. It's a half yard. I wasn't sure how many I was going to do or how much I would need, so I just go in one by one by one. I'll go on to the next one. I'm using the called for colors. I did get a bunch of them. And I'm pretty sure that stocking is called Deadly Nightshade. So that is 'Tis Halloween. After I finish that stocking, I might just start another one to replace it. We'll see. See if I'm tired of doing them or not. We'll see what next year's Vicky decides to do. The next one coming up is called Spangled Happiness. That is one from Needle Bling Design. And I'm looking for the chart to show you the picture. Here we go. That's what it looks like. Now I'm doing the big one. And I am stitching it using Victoria Motto sampler threads. It's being stitched on 32 count heroic from Picture This Plus. And it got in no stitches this year. Because it is actually on my list to stitch on. It's on my list to stitch on this month. Matter of fact, that's why I'm going to put it to the side. Because I'll be working on that this year. It is not on the list to be put on for next year. So it's going to be in for the vote. The colors I'm using are Spangled. Which is... It says Star Spangled. It's just white, guys. And I just happen to have it, or else I just use white. Freedom Gold, Centennial, Betsy Ross, and Liberty Bell Bronze. So those are the colors that I chose from Victoria Motto. And this is how far I had gotten. And it will get in at least another 300 stitches before it's put away. Now, this may or may not be voted in for next year, so it may or may not be seen next year. But that's how far I've gotten so far on that one. I am enjoying. The stitch is easy, and I do like the way it looks. And that Love Wins needle minder is available in my group. I'm pretty sure I still have some. This is a bag that I made. I will show you. I haven't showed it in a while. My friend Candace Lover Stitches stitched that for me and gave it to me, so I sewed it to the inside part of the bag and made myself a Betty Boop bag with it because she sent me the fabric too. So that is Spangled Happiness, and I will keep this in a separate pile. Oh, got a string stuck. Keep this in a separate pile because it will be stitched on. All right, we've got another Garon tote bag, and in here is my Space Traveler. Space Traveler is from 2019, and that's when I started anyway. It is a retired chart from Heaven and Earth Designs. So you cannot get it anymore. This is the mini. This is being stitched on 22 count, 1/1. And that's how far I got this year. It got its 300 stitches in. As a matter of fact, here. I will let you see that, and I will bring out the card. I put in 500 stitches in on it in September. And that is definitely coming over for next year because I need some full coverages in there. I need to get some full coverages worked on. I don't think I'll get any of them done, but they need to be worked on. And this needle minder is available in my shop. I think the last time I worked on this, I did windows. I did a lot of the yellows. I filled in a lot of that. All right. So Space Traveler is a big yes going through. Next up is also going through, and that one is Christmas Moose. That is Maurice in this bag that my friend Vicky, Reading and Stitching, gave to me. It's a panic kit. Here is Maurice. Now, it came with fabric, but I changed out the fabric to murky, 32 count murky. And I was supposed to put in, 365 threads. That also fell through. I can tell you how many I actually did. Yeah, I only got midway through March. But, that being said, I've got like half of them finished. And I started on the back stitch. So I finished this antler and then started doing all the massive back stitching that goes in there. That is a mistake. That's supposed to be a brown. I made it black and I'm not picking it out. So he still needs more of his shoulders because that comes down probably to about here. But he's about halfway finished if you think about it, because I've got this portion done. But he looks good. That's available in my Facebook group. And I really, really love this fabric choice. So pictures plus murky. Because they gave a brown Ada. So another year and poor Maurice got neglected. But he did get a lot more stitching in. So there's that. And he will definitely be worked on next year. Maybe I'll finish up. I don't know. I'm not making any promises. Every time I make plans for him, they fall through. So how about if we don't plan for Maurice and we just say, hey, he's going to get stitched. Sounds like my best bet. Okay, the next one is yet another full coverage. And this is Ugly Birds. Zero Marchetti. Love his stuff. I have a few of his things. It's a Heaven and Earth Designs. This is the Story Keep. And being stitched on 25 count easy grid 1/1 full cross. And it's on my quantum frame. So let's roll it out. Okay. And that's how far I got. I don't think it looks too bad. I mean, I made it all the way to the end, which I'm happy about. And when I picked it up, it definitely got its 300 in. When I picked it up, I went and just started doing what Colette from Highway Stitcher, and she got it from somebody else, but I see her talk about it all the time. The typewriter method. So once I made it all the way over there, I was like, okay, let's fill in the rest. So I'm just taking colors and making my way across. Now, whether I take this color and do whatever, or if I just keep it on over here, that whatever. Progress is progress. I don't know if I have any more Woody Woodpeckers available, but if I do, they'd be in the group, which I still need to finish totally doing inventory on. I have not finished. I did some. I did work on some of it, but I've been busy. I've been sewing bags, and I'm not done yet. Almost. I did take a break. I have 8 more bags to go. So I took a break because I really wanted to get this out, because I got to get votes in so I can make my list up before the end of the year and get everything set. Ugly Birds will be going into next year for sure. So no need to try to vote on that in the next video. And where are you? Oh my goodness. I was doing so good with finding them. Here it is. Okay. This is heavy on those quantum frames, by the way. Look at the size of this bag. I don't know. I may do away with these huger bags because they're sort of cumbersome. This one's harboring a fugitive. It's harboring, here it is, Aqua City. Now, Aqua City is not slated to go over for next year. This is going to be, if so, by vote. This is max color. It's not supersized, but it is max color. And another Zero Marchetti. It did not get any stitches in, but it's slated to get at least 300 stitches in this month. So that is definitely in the plans to get done. I am stitching this one on 22 count 1/1 full cross. And that is where I'm at. Same place as last year because I have not worked on it yet. I've got 3 fish in there, and there is a manatee gonna crop up. I'm pretty sure. Let me see. Yeah, this manatee. I think that's why the waters are changing to get into there. So that's where I'm at now. And I still have some Ursulas. It's looking good. I wouldn't be too angry if it got voted in. I don't hate it. It's a lot of confetti, and I think that's because of the MAC colors. And I really need to make myself maybe an ocean themed bag to put this in, because this bag is just ridiculous. So this is being worked on this month for sure. Alright, now we have a lady named Ella. I don't know if this is available. You'd have to get in touch with Ingleside Imaginarium, Brittany. It was a charity piece if you gave money to a cause. This is part of also the Representation Matters sale and the Diversity and Inclusion sale. So it was that she had a list of a few places to give money to for charity that they supported Black causes. That's the only way I know how to put it. So I put in my donation and emailed her a screenshot of the donation, and she then sent me the chart. And this is where it was when I purchased it, but she has since finished the whole thing, and there is a finished picture somewhere. I still love the design. It's gorgeous. I still want to get it done, but it's giving me fits because of so many quarter stitches. There's so many, and it slows down the whole process. But little bits and little bits will get it all bits, right? This is being stitched on 28 count Roslyn from Under the Sea Fabrics. I got this fabric from Jalon, and this is where she is. She did get her 300 stitches in January and did not come back out again. I still have these needle minders available in my group. This one is not slated to come over for next year, but it could be voted in. So that's a lady named Ella from Ingleside Imaginarium. Sorry, I'm trying to keep myself where I need to be. I forget what that one was. Penny America. Gotcha. Okay. This next one. This one is by Ronnie Rowe, and it is called Ship Concordia. It is one of the pen and ink charts that he does, and he actually calls for like 413, I believe, and I'm using 310. I did get the 300 stitches in on it. I actually got 500 stitches in on it, and this is where it's at. I am stitching this on, ouch, my dog, he clawed me. I am stitching this on 18 count white Ada. And that's how far I've gotten so far. I struggled in the beginning, and then for some reason it just started flowing a lot better, and I knocked out the 500 stitches in one night, as a matter of fact, in March. So while, let me see, pretty sure this is not. I will tell you in just a moment. Ship Concordia. Yeah, I did not put this on the definites list, so it can be voted in. Then I have Aries. Aries is a Panna kit. And I am working this on the kitted fabric and the kitted floss. And Frank's an Aries. I'm a Sagittarius, so I got Sagittarius and Aries from Panna. Actually, I got it from mybobbin.com. But let me see. It did get its... No? Yes, no? Yeah. It got 624 stitches in it this year. I had filled in a whole bunch in here. And I still have those available. This one is going to be up for vote. So it's not on my definites list. And we have Potions and Spells from Autumn Lane Stitchery. Matt, MBC Stitcher, finished his. Kate from Fickle Stitches got a good portion of hers done. I don't think it's halfway done, though, but she did get a good portion done. Me, on the other hand, I worked on it once in March and twice in May. And I was able to get, what's that, almost 800 stitches in on it. It's being stitched on 28 count Yorick in Opal from Under the Sea Fabrics. And that's where she's at. That's it. Last time I worked on it, I think I did, let me see, like basically this. Anything in here, and then the greens here, and all that dark gray. So this one is going to be up for vote next year. And I'm using the called for DMCs. We've got penguins. Penguins. Alright, that one's a Riola's kit. And I am using 28 count white Monaco. I'm pretty sure it came with Ada. And I changed it out. And this was a New Year, New Start last year. Or the year before. 22. Yeah, 2022, I started it, and then I worked on it again this year. I ended up putting in just about 450 stitches total, and I had flubbed up, but I fixed my flub, I think, or enough where I can keep on going, and this is how far I've gotten on it. The other Stay Golden is available on my group, but I don't have these ones anymore. That's how far. Look how cute. I think I had to take all this out. Did I take it out and put it back in? Or I have to take it out. I think I have to take it out. Because I counted wrong. So this one is not on the definite list, but it can be also voted in. I made myself this. That's why I put that needle minder on it. Alright. Let's mark off penguins. Yes, it did get the 300. Aha, here goes that Sagittarius one. This is also one that didn't make the cut for definite, but can be voted in. Panic Kit. On Kit Floss, Kit Fabric. And here's how far I got. It sort of looks like a person. I did 390 stitches total. And I only worked on it once this year in October. And that M&M is available in my group. I have lots of different colors of M&Ms. So this one will be up for vote. And now we've got this. This is a newbie. This is definitely going to be in for next year. This is my Treasure Time. I need to actually stitch on it this month to finish off the 300 stitches, because I only put in like 100. So I have at least 200, if not more, to put in for this month. I am using everything from the kit. I was told that there's no partial stitches. I think there's some couching, but otherwise it will be good. And so I said, okay, we're going to go with it. Now, I do have those needle minders available in my shop. And I gave one to Kat from Valkyrie Stitchworks because we started this together. And I think that's only 2 colors. I think it's green and black. That's it. That's it. It's only start. It will be on for next year for sure, because it needs some more love. And it's a new one. Can't leave the brand new ones to just languish, right? Alrighty. Treasure Time. And now we've got Enchanted Mermaid. That is a Mirabilia. And I started this for Vicky Reading and Stitching, her birthday. We started together. It was in February, so I got 320 stitches in, so it got its 300 stitches for the year. I am stitching mine on .32 count Grinning Ghosts from Live and Die LA. And I started down at the bottom center on her tail. And I think I'm missing a color, or I might have gotten it in by now, but that's all I got. And I'm out of, I think I'm out of these needle minders. There we go. Enchanted Mermaid is up for vote. I just have to double check, I'm pretty sure, yeah. She's up for vote for next year. And this one's definitely coming over. This one is my Waterhole Guardians. This is hashtag It's All Jemima's Fault. It's Jemima's Fault. Rocking Stitcher. Because she's doing Waterhole Masters. This one's Jan Patrick Krasny is the artist. And it's a Heaven and Earth Designs. Stitching this on 25 count easy grid 2/1/10 stitch. It did get over 300 stitches. I'm looking right now. It got 8,000, 1,600, over 1,600 stitches. 10 stitches, that is. So it's 800 stitches. And that's how far I got. So I have a Meerkat. And this I got from Live and Die LA. I don't know if they have more. But I got that from Live and Die LA. And I started in the bottom right corner. because I didn't want to do all sky. I wanted to actually see something. So that one is definitely coming over for the new year. I didn't get in as much as I wanted to on it. Anyhow. Besides, I really, really love it. And where are you? Here. There it is. This one is the baker's wife, aka the happy hooker. She did not make the cut for definite, but she can be voted on. And that is from Mirabilia. That's what she looks like. I'm just trying to see where she is on here so I can mark it off. Why can't I find anything? You think I didn't know how to read? Alright. She's been stitched on 32 count memory okay. 32 count Belfast. Colorway is memory from Picture This Plus. And she got in a whole 312 stitches this year. So it's got the 300, didn't put any more in. And that's as far as I've gotten. So she's up for voting if you guys want to see it. So all right. And here is another one that's definitely going over for next year. It is called Wizard of Oz. It is ahead of Inert Designs. Scott Gustafson is the artist, and this is what it's supposed to look like when it's done. I did get the 300 stitches in. It's a whole 2.12%. And that's what 2.12% looks like. I forget where I got this from. I might have got that from Math Reminders. But that's how far I've gotten. But this one's coming over for next year also. Alright, next up. Scotty, Goddess of the North. She is being stitched on 25 count easy grid, 1/1 full cross, and I'm dropping stuff. Of course. Wouldn't be a Flosstube if you can drop something, right? She did get her 300 stitches. She actually got 600 almost. And this is all the further I got. So I came out of the dark blue and got into some other colors. I do have this available on my group. She did not make it to the definites, so she could be voted on. And then we have Pilgrims of Plymouth. This one is from Twin Peaks. Oh, you know what? Scotty, I should have said, is from Charting Creations. And that artwork is by Dusan Markovic. Sorry about that. Alright. Pilgrims of Plymouth. This is from Twin Peaks Primitives. This one's being stitched on fabric. Alright, here we go. Picture This Plus, Belfast 32 count doubloon. And I just showed this not too long ago. But here is where I stopped. I was able to put that in Pattern Keeper, so that was kind of nice. And it's looking good. I did a lot of the ship the last time I worked on it. I got 300 stitches in pretty much exactly, and then I put it away. I added this fabric that I had so it would fit in the Q-snaps. Because width-wise, I mean, it gave me enough margin to stitch, but it didn't give me enough margin to also stitch with Q-snaps and such. So this one did not make it to the definites, but it can be voted on. Then we have Anne Holt's Castle by Artisy. I think I got this as a freebie, but it's not a freebie anymore. You can buy it, I'm pretty sure. This one's in the sepia. The original image is Tama 66 Pixabay. Cross-stitch designed by Tarina Clark. And this one's being stitched on 18 count Ada. I started that 2020. Excuse me. And I didn't get all the stitches in for this, so looks like I need to put some more stitches in. I only need to put in like 50 because I got 250, so I need to do the 300 on that. I thought I got it done. I marked it off. Oops. Okay, so I'll go put 50 more stitches in then somewhere, right? That's how far I got. This did not make it on the definite, so it could be voted. Make myself a note. Put that over here. Alright, next one up. The Bee Comes. This is by Leela Studio. I had started this New Year, New Start with Bees and Tees, Sebastian from Bees and Tees, in 2020. And didn't get too far on it. It is being stitched again on doubloon linen, 32 count from Pictures Plus. And this one did get the 300 in. And I buried my board when I got my stuff together. We'll use this. There we go. And that's how far I've gotten. So I have to put the tops in on these flowers. And I'm wondering if I have anything else to do over there. Oh, and then there's a bee on top of that flower. Then there's all the other stuff. But as far as those flowers go, just the buds and the bee. And then I can move on to like the border and stuff. This one did not make it for the definite. So it could be voted in. And Santa's Trips from Barbara Anna. This one did not make it into the final definite. It's being stitched on 32 count Gable Sky linen from Dames of the Needle. And I did get the 300 stitches in for it this year. I actually ended up doing 500 stitches. And this is how far 500 stitches get you. This one did not make it for the definites. So another one up for votes. Then we have, this is Hunter from Jean-Baptiste Monge. Monge. Help me out here, French peoples. This is one that I was stitching with Amy. She's done, of course. And I did not get all the stitches in for Hunter. Or did I? I feel like I did. I don't have a note in there, so I'll have to look. This is being stitched on, I think it's 32 count. Excuse me, 32 count Moonlit Tree by Fabric Flare. That's what the whole fabric looks like. Excuse me. And that's what mine looks like right now. It also looks like I need to go put some more stitches in him. Excuse me. It looks good. Again, I don't think I'm going to be doing the grass. I might have to do some just because, but otherwise I'm going to leave most of the grass out. So he needs to go in a pile. To get more stitches in. I swear since I had that, the COVID, I ended up with my sinusitis flaring up. It's driving me crazy. Next up we have from Tilton Crafts. It's an Alphonse Mocha. And it's Zodiac 1896. I was inspired to do this one because of Audrey Stitchy Witch 42. I liked hers, so I found one that I liked and I started it. And this is where I'm at. Doesn't look like much. But I did get 304 stitches in it this year. And this needle minder was sent to me from Audrey. And it's 1/110 stitch on 25 count. No, 1/1 full cross on 25 count. And further inspection, now that I'm actually stitching it, I should have actually cropped out. I didn't realize it, but I could have cropped out all that and started right in with the brown. Oh well, I had already started it. It's fine. It is what it is, right? This one did not make it on the definite pile, so it'll be up for vote. Alright. Where am I on this list? Here we go. And then we have 3 for tea. That's another Mirabilia. This one was gifted to me by Belinda, Aussie Stitcher. And I'm looking for it on this list. Why can't I find it? Three for tea. There we go. It did not make it for the definite, but could be voted in. I did get in 672 stitches this year. It's being stitched on 32 count even weave. Floral Thoughts from Fabric Flare, and it was part of the My Fabric party. I'm trying to make sure yeah. Okay. And that's how far I got. green and pink dresses so far. This was sent to me by, oh goodness, it was either Kate or Shannon sent it to me. One of those two sent me that. So this one could be voted on. I do like it, but I had to stop at some point to give you guys a voice, right? Alright, now we've got, this one I'll be working on this month. This one is Emerald Mermaid by Mirabilia. I have not gotten in the 300 stitches in on her yet, so I'll be doing that this month. She is not in the definite pile. She'll be up for vote. She's being stitched on 32 count Atlantis from Under the Sea Fabrics. And this is where she's at. An arm and some hair. ET is still available on my group. Alright. Next up is Native American Angel. I did get her 300 in this year, and she is definitely going into next year. She is on the definite list. She's being stitched on 32 count Navajo Treasure by Fortnite Fabrics. By the way, Native American Angel is Barbara Batts, and it was published by American School of Needlework. I was able to buy my chart secondhand because I lost the first one. So I had a working copy, and I was like, well, let me get the chart again. So I got it. Anyway, this is where I got to. I think the last time I worked on her, I ended up doing some in the feather, and then down here, coming down here. I'm almost positive. Oh, and a little bit in there. I've been working on either side. Bringing it in, bringing it in. So we will get more done on her in the new year. For sure. And then we have Lady and the Tramp. This is a kit from Disney. It's a Dreams collection. This was a gift to me from Vicky Reading and Stitching. And I need to see where the card is. Two hands apparently. Where did the card go? I don't know what happened to the card. I was holding it. Alright, so I didn't get the whole 300 stitches in, but I can get that done. I need another 150, which I knew I didn't get them all in. I changed out the fabric from the Ada to a 32 count white Joblin, and I'm stitching it 2/2. So I just need to put in another 150 stitches on this one. And there we go. That's where we're at, working on a tree. I wonder, yeah, is it a tree? I am not working on a tree. I'm working on a stanchion of some sort, a brick stanchion of some sort. It almost looks like a tree with a heart, doesn't it? It's not. I just need to stitch more, apparently. Yeah. Alright, so this one still needs stuff done on it. I'll put that there. And this could be voted in next year. for next year. I also need to, it's right here, I think. My brain's all over the place, guys. I got too many things going on. Okay, the bookshelf from Little House. I did the 300 stitches for the year. I did 321, and it is being stitched on 32 count lamb's wool Joblin. And this is where I'm at. And that needle minder, I'm pretty sure I got that from Mad for Minders. And it needs worked on. I know I could get this done. I don't know. Did I put it on? Let's see. The bookshelf did not make it in the final cut for next year, so maybe it'll be voted in. We'll see. We will see. Alright, Hedgehog. That's up next. Here is Hedgehog House. That is from Jean-Baptiste Mongeau. Monge. I'm still never going to get this right, am I? I did finish the 300 for the year on that. And that one's going to go up for vote for next year. And that's being stitched on 32 count Peddler's Blend from Dames of the Needle. I thought this speckled look was absolutely perfect for this. And I'm really happy with how it's looking. This is all the top page up here, and I had even filtered down to the second page the last time I stitched on it. I think I still have back stitching to do, but I was finishing out the full stitches and filtering down, like feathering down, so I can go and finish out the rest of the back stitching that's up there. It's looking good. I don't want to leave the back stitch for last, for sure. And I do have more of these minders available. I do know that. I have those. So this one will go for vote next year. That is in plans, so I'll leave that for later. Alright. This one is definitely in for next year because I didn't get nearly enough stitches in it. And I like to keep an ongoing pillow project. And it's from the magazine, so that's the picture I have. It's just Cross Stitch Magazine, February 2000. And I did get the 300 stitches in. Got 322, and that was it. And it really needs a lot more than that. So, it will be in for next year. And that's how far I got. What did I work on? I don't know. I think I worked on the leaves. I think I worked on green, if I remember correctly. Did I say it was 28 count white Monaco? And I have those available in my group. I'm pretty sure I do. Maybe. I don't know. They're in the discount, so I'm not sure if there's any left. So this one will definitely be in for next year. Now we have Halloween Tree. Halloween Tree is by Romy Creations. And I bought this as a kit from her. It did get the 300 stitches. It actually got over 600 stitches, so that's a good thing. And it will be up for vote for next year. The full fabric, it's fabric flare, and it's a 32 count even weave. So that's what it looks like. And that's how much I've gotten done so far. Let me fold this in. That's how much I've gotten done so far. So I still have a good ways to go. And Ace Ventura is still available if you're interested. It's looking good. I think that the fabric, flare fabric, is was an exclusive for that, if I'm not mistaken. I have to double check. Okay, so that's in the vote pile. Next up, the dragon and the lady, and I am almost positive this is definitely, yeah. This is a definite for next year. Dragon and the fairy, not the lady. I'm sure it's a lady. This is by Joan Elliott, and it is being stitched on 32 count electric wisps by Fabric Flare. The chart was gifted to me from Belinda, Aussie Stitcher, and she also sent me that needle minder. And that's how far I got. This ended up being one of my birthday starts a couple years ago. So Belinda's stitching it also. It looks so good. So this is definitely in for next year. And it did get its over 300 stitches, so yay. Now we have November Topaz Fairy. I decided to keep this in for next year also. This was a new start in February. I got 400 stitches in on her. So she is definitely coming out this year coming up. It is being stitched on 28 count Lugana Butterfly Tee from Grace Notes. And this is all the further that I got. I think that's part of her skirt and some part of leaves from the flowers. Yeah. I think. Let me see. I think so. I don't know. That's it. I started at a center start, so there you go. But it was a nice stitch. It was an easy stitch, so I was enjoying it. And that needle minder is available in my group. I really like the color of this fabric from Grace Notes also. So she will be seen next year for sure. Oh no, I just saw you. Okay. Next, please. Okay, this is another panic kit, and I changed out the fabric. This translates to Daughter of Africa, and I swapped out the fabric to be on Scorched Rock from Fabric Flare. I think it's a 32 count. Let me look. 32 count Scorched Rock. It's got a slight bling to it. And that's how far I've gotten on her. Love the colors on this. And that needle minder, Coffee Attic needle minder, is available in my group. I did get 800 stitches in on it this year. And I put her up for vote. I went back and forth and I was like, well, let's see if she gets voted in. So, kind of hoping. If not, I can always bring her in later, too. So, put that in there. Alright. And then we have Good Neighbors. Good Neighbors is definitely going in for next year. I pulled apart my chart because it was driving me crazy. It's got a good margin in between, so you don't end up breaking it through the chart itself. So I just broke it up because it was just much easier, because although I scanned it and everything, it still wasn't looking right even in the scans. So that was my answer for it. Anyway, this is Good Neighbors. This is definitely going in for next year. I am stitching this on some white fabric. I think it's white Joblin. Wow, wrong. White Lugana. And this is how far I got. I put in about 685 stitches. And I think it was all siding and this brown going up here. So it was a lot of stitches, but doesn't look like much. I need to get back over and do some more of those quarter stitches and half stitches over there to try to balance it out, so I'm not doing all the easier stitches first and then getting stuck with a whole crap ton of the annoying stuff. Oh, why is my head itching now? I don't have cooties. Alright. Oh. Gotta put this in there too. She is a definite. Now we have another Mirabilia. This one is Garden Prelude. And she can be voted in for next year. I did not put her as a definite. She got a lot of dress. She did get her 300 in. She got in almost 500 for the year. And she is being stitched on 32 count Northern Lights by Fabric Flare. And here's what the fabric looks like. And I started at the bottom left to make sure her dress was going to be where it needed to be on the rocks. The needle minder on here is from Matt NBC Stitcher. And that's where I'm at with her. It looks good so far. Sammy's got a whole bunch more done on hers. She's really been working at it hard. Me, not so much. I've been slacking. So she will be up for vote on whether or not she gets brought in next year. Now we have this one that's definitely going through. And that is Luna Mystica from Bella Filipina. This was my birthday start last year. And I got in, wow, over 1,200 stitches on her this year. She's being stitched on 32 count Mermaid's Sea linen from Under the Sea Fabrics. I had bought it when I was at the, what do they call that? So, the Stitching Sirens Retreat. And that's where I got to. Lots of Krynic. It's looking so good though. I was very doubtful with that first flower. I wasn't happy, but it's working out now. It's looking better now that I put the other colors in them. It's still not my favorite flower. I think it could look a little bit better, a little bit more contrast in it to make it pop, but I'll let it go. And she is definitely coming with us for next year. And despite the look on my face, you're still talking. That was sent to me. That was a gift. Alright. Put that in there. Luna. This next one is called Limited Edition. It's from Ink Circles. You may have seen EJ's doing one also. We got it at the same Galleria. That's how far I got on that one. And did not get its full 300 stitches. Oh, yeah, it did. Yeah, it did, but it's going to get more stitches this month. I slated it for more stitches this month. And I did not put it down for definite for next year, so it's going to be up for voting also. Next up is Anzac. Anzac from Long Dog Samplers. This is what it looked like. I did get my 300 in on that one. I got in 422 as a matter of fact. I am using 28 count black even weave 1/1. And the threads I'm using are called Ara Macaw from Romy Creations. Alright. And bam. That's what it looked like. It is really pretty. But it did not make the definite for next year, so it'll be up for vote. Basically, I was like, well, I only want to choose one long dog and then put one up for possible vote. So I chose You Belong to Me. So Anzac is up for vote. It did get over the 300 stitches though, and I was happy with that. It doesn't go as slow as you think it is because it's on black. I just made mistakes that I shouldn't have and kept on having to pull out. So pull up. I had to keep on ripping out, so it sort of annoyed me. So it got put away. And you know how it goes. All right, next one up. That's a new one. It's Halloween Sampler from Cottage Garden. And I gave it 417 stitches as a start. And this is what it looks like. Because I didn't have one of the threads. One of the called for threads. Which is black. Is it blackboard? Or is it? I don't know. It's either blackboard or it's got to be. Because I have 310. Anyway, that is going up for vote for next year. Oh, the fabric. It's a mystery fabric. I have no idea. I had it, and it's 32 count Lugana. That's all I know. I don't know the dyer or anything. It is what it is. Okay, I have a Panic kit here. This one is Clockwork Dragonfly. And I am using... I'm using their threads. And I don't know. I don't know what it's in Russian. I mean, it has English, but it's not very well translated to tell me exactly what the fabric was that they gave me. I think it may have been this fabric, though, now that I'm thinking about it. I want to say that this is the kit fabric. It got its 300 stitches. So there you go. Clockwork Dragonfly, that's where it's at. And it's not on the definite list, so it'll be up for vote. I have two Dragonflies. I have the Mandala Dragonfly from Awesome Pattern Studio, which is probably here somewhere to be shown. And I'll be stitching on that one this month, as a matter of fact, so I think I put both of them up for vote. I have Mandala Dragonfly and Clockwork Dragonfly, that's what it is. So there we go. Alright, we've got 12 Days of Christmas. This is a freebie, and I don't have the picture on me. From Plum Street Sampler, you can get it off of her blog. You can Google 12 Days of Christmas Plum Street, and it'll come up. And here's where I'm at with it. I am stitching it on 40 count. It uses all of 4 colors. It's red and green, some gold, and a little bit of black. It's 40 count oaken from Picture This Plus. It got 365 stitches in it. And I'm using Victoria Motto sampler threads. Those are the colors. 3 mains and then a little bit of black that I'm going to need. I like that rustic and on rustic. And I do believe, yeah, that's on the definite going over. I think I did the 3 French hens, like literally the birds this year. All right. This one is going up for vote. It's my Peacock. It's Peacock Majesty. It's the Petite from Teresa Winsler. And this is being stitched on 32 count blue even weave. Don't know the maker. Oh, yes I do, I lied. It's from Fabric Flare. So it's just blue. And this is how far I've gotten on it. It's 300 stitches on it. Yeah, 324 stitches on it. Tons of quarter stitches and confetti and blends. So I did a whole bunch in here and then even started the tree limb. And that was a pin that I made into a needle minder. So this one will be going up for vote for next year. 35 blends, guys. 35 of them. Alright, we've got Reindeer Games. This one is from Country Cottage Needleworks. It got its 300 for the year. I am stitching it on 32 count gray classic snowflakes even weave from Fabric Flare. And looking. Reindeer Games did not make the final cut, but this is where they are right now. And I still have those available in my group. And I won't be doing the extra snowflakes at the top, by the way. If you know me, you know. So this one will be up for vote, yeah. Because I put it on the snowflake fabric. There are all these extra snowflakes that won't be stitched by me. Alright. My hamper is getting full, guys. Alright, this one's definitely making the cut. This is Seeds of Freedom from Silver Creek Samplers. I am stitching this one on 40 count. It's a mystery linen 40 count. It got 320 stitches when I started it. And I haven't touched it since, and that's since January. So, here we go. That's all the further I got. And this was given to me by Shannon up in Canada. So this one needs some more love, and it is definitely being carried over into next year. Because I had planned on stitching it a couple times this year, and then things got in the way. So it needs more. Alright. Halloween Quaker. This one's a newer one, and that one's definitely going into this year's. When did I start it? I just started in October. So that's from Lila Studio, and it is being stitched on 40 count Seltzer from Grace Knows Linen, my fabric of the month. And I got in a total of 778 to start. Not bad. And that's what that looks like. Over 700 little stitches on 40 count. I'm liking how it looks so far. This was sent to me, I think Kate sent that to me. Did you send that to me, Kate? I think. And this one definitely is going over for next year. So you'll be seeing it for sure. Alright, this one is also going over next year. This is Yoda. And Yoda was Valenti cross stitch. There's the website. But I think she's on Etsy. So Valenti cross stitch on Etsy. Yoda got its 300. And it's on 32 count Jobo and Wedgwood Blue Dark by Slovak Farm. I'm at 28.31%, I wrote down. That's a good thing. And I did almost 800 stitches on them. So that's what he looks like. Lots of block stitching. 28%. Next up, this one's being brought into next year because I'm actually truncating it. I decided I did not want to stitch the whole entire thing. So what I'm going to do is find it on my list. It's called Halloween Town. It's from Madame Chantilly. And where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Why can't I read, guys? Here it is. It's being brought over, and that's... Oh my goodness, my marker is definitely acting weird. Let's have it standing up for a minute. Okay. So, I still like it. It's being stitched on 32 count Lush Meadow from Dames of the Needle. Here it is. That's how far I got. So what I want to do, all right, that needle minder is available on my group. So, okay, so I'd start in the center, right? And I sort of like these two houses. I think I even like that house. So I think, let me look at it again. Oh, no. No. Okay. See, I'm still making decisions. So I think I want to do from there to there, those three houses, right? I think I want to add him and those pumpkins. That's fine. We're not adding the spider. I'd like to smash that spider. So what I'll do is I want to take the cat on the broom and probably, I don't know which witch. Yeah, I might even keep that witch. So I'll take one of these witches and I'll just sort of, since it'll be from like there to there, I'll put a witch over here and the cat on the broom and one of those stars. And then I'll put in, I might even put a couple more pumpkins in just because I can. But yeah, so it's going to be a lot smaller. So it's definitely coming over for next year so I can make that so. And I did get 431 stitches in on it for this year, so that was a good thing too. All right. This Doctor Who is definitely coming over also. And this is from Oh My Stitch Shop on Etsy. So he is being stitched on 32 count Dapple Belfast linen from Picture This Plus in the called for DMC. There we go. That's how much I've gotten done so far. I did 1,000 stitches on him. He's at 48.81%. So he's definitely coming over. Maybe I could finish him this year. That'd be nice. That is, it's the TARDIS, but it's also a Cyberman if you, no. It's the TARDIS and Weeping Angels, and there's a lot going on here. I'm pretty sure there's Cybermen in there too. It's really cool. Anyway, that's available in my group, and he will be coming over. Let's see something. All right. I'm still not totally caught up with Doctor Who, by the way. I am on Jodie Whittaker now, and I think it's at 2020 special, a Dalek special. So Doctor Who, definitely. Another definite one is my 1940 Indian motorcycle. Okay, so it's from Stony Creek, Vintage Cycles, and the one I'm doing is this one right here for Frank. He picked that one. I had him pick out of the book. And since that's for him, I definitely want to keep on going with it. And every time I stitch on it, I do pretty decent. So when I first started, I did 1,000 stitches. And then when I pulled it out again, I did 511 stitches. So it's a decent stitch. It's flowing a lot better than I thought it would. And it's on 32 count Belfast Wren from Picture This Plus. And I've got a needle minder that I got from, I think it was Love and Die LA. And there we go. That's where we're at. It's the front tire, the front fender. So that one's coming over for next year also. Put in this motorcycle bag. Next up, this one is coming over. I'm almost positive. Let me double check myself, but I'm almost positive this one's coming over. If not, I should just say it's coming over because I didn't say it's coming over. Okay, no, I'll let you guys vote if you guys want to say it. Fried green tomatoes. It's this one, the recipe. This one's from Great Big Crafts. I don't know where you can get this. You might be able to find it on the secondary market. Highlighter on me. No. Wonderful. Anyway. Tawanda would be disappointed that I didn't pick it. It's fine. This is where I'm at. That's it. I had gotten the start on it. It's got 400 stitches on it. And I think that's the start, was 400 stitches. So if you guys want to see it, you'll vote on it in the next video, right? Right. It's fine. It's fine. Alright. This one's going to be worked on this month. This is called Mandala Dragonfly. It is by Awesome Pattern Studio, being stitched on 28 count opal from Silk Weaver. 28 count Lugana in opal. And that's Awesome Pattern Studios on Etsy. And I've only got 16 stitches in for this year, so obviously it needs its 300. This is how far I got. Which is funny because the other Dragonfly, I have the whole left wing done, and this time I went right. Mandala Dragonfly is going to be up for vote for next year. So we'll see if somebody picks one of the Dragonflies. We're getting to the end, guys. My goodness. Around the World in 80 Days. That's this one right here from Little House Needleworks. It's full coverage from there on down, by the way. This one needs its 300, and I will be stitching on it this month. It's being stitched on 32 count Lugana in Poltergeist from Silk Weaver. And that's all the further I got. That's it. Did I work on it this year at all? No. I worked on it in November, though, of last year. So, there we go. And I still have the Never-Ending Story needle minders available. Excuse me. Shoo. I'm getting tired. It's been a while. This video is going to be like 2 hours, isn't it? And then I have another one to do, which I think maybe I'll just do tomorrow. I think that would be best. So that's in the vote pile. Plus that's in the, I gotta stitch that pile. Plus I need a new set of highlighters. I only get the set of 4 from Walmart. They're cheap and they work. I also have the friction ones, so I should probably just use those. Be better off. Alright, this next one is a kit that was given to me from Vicky Reading and Stitching. Put it on 28 count white Monaco. It's 12 Days Santa. It's a Jim Shore from Design Works. and I put in 567 stitches. Every time I stitch on this, I just have a good time stitching it. So it is definitely going on for next year. And let me see. I think I call it my 12 days Santa. Yeah, there he is. Yep. On the definite. It's such, I don't know. I don't know why. Maybe because it's on all white. I don't know. I just like it. I'm enjoying it. So stitch it while you enjoy it, right? And that's where I'm at. Now, I did have to take out the red a couple of times because I miscounted and I don't know what I was thinking. But it's fine. It's fixed and it looks good. Still looking good. And Mr. Gingerbread Man, who broke his leg, oh snap, he is available in my group. Alright, let's fit all this in there. Yeah, I'm using the kit threads. I'm just not using the fabric. I think it was an Aida. Alright, well, now we have Lilith of Labrador. Another Mirabilia. And that one's going to go up for vote. She is being stitched on Rick and Morty from Fortnite Fabrics. She got in her 400. Well, it was 300. Yeah, she got in the 300. As a matter of fact, she got 400 in. And I gotta look to see. Yeah. I started in the bottom center. And that's how far I got. That was my start on it. I started this one with Sammy and Sammy J Stitches and Vicky Reed in stitching. And Sammy likes purple and hummingbirds. So I put that on there since we started together. And those are still available in my group. Lilith is going to be up for vote. Now we have Haunted. I did not print out the whole thing, but it's Haunted Library from Lola Crow. And she's on Etsy. There's the site. I am putting the glow-in-the-dark in mine, the Chronic. And it's being stitched on 32 count Shrekie's Tan from Needle Bling Designs. And I got 300 stitches in, exactly. So there we go. And the candles and the little flames are both in the glow-in-the-dark. And this needle minder was given to me from the 614 Stitcher. So that's all the further I got on that one. And that one's up for vote. I didn't put that in my definites. That one's... See if that gets voted in. I feel like I'm going to be surprised at what's voted for and what's not. I don't know. Because I have ideas of what would be voted on, but I'm probably just totally off. Okay. Next up is Early Americans. Early Americans from Little House Needleworks. Let me find the first one. I've got all of them, but here's a picture of the first one. I'm still working on Betsy Ross House. I'm going to put all of them on the same fabric. This is where I'm at. It's being stitched on 36 count Bramble from Pictures Plus, 1/1. No, it's not. No, it's not. 1/2. Crackhead. Oh my god, why did I put 1/1? 1/2. Not even. Okay, I fixed that. I made these needle minders for a special a while ago. I think I made them for a retreat. For Prince Stitcher Society retreat. Alright, so that's how far I got on that, and I'm using the called for colors, and I got in my required stitches. Let me look, because I think this is one I wasn't sure. Yeah, I didn't have it marked off because I wasn't sure, but yes, I did get my 300. Matter of fact, it looks like I got 567 stitches, so because I wasn't definitely sure, I did not mark it off. Anyway, this one's going to be up for votes. Let me put this in here real quick. I think Carl wants to go out. He's almost ready. But we're almost done. I promise. Almost done. I want to get up too. My hips hurt sometimes. I'm sitting too long. I'm always up and down, up and down. My pile is falling. I think I need another bin. Alright, I'll figure it out. It's fine. Okay. The Met from Mirabilia. I think, again, Belinda, she likes to get me all the Mirabilias, right? 32 count Lugana. Sonatina, I think is what it's called, is the fabric. From Grace Notes. I started this in February, and I did get 432 stitches in, so she got in her stitches. That's how far I got. So that's the front of her dress, and that's the sash that's coming down. I made these years ago. I don't have any of this left. But that's how far I got. And she's going to go up for vote. Because I had to narrow down how many mirrors I personally picked, and we'll see how many people want more mirrors, right? So, at the Met. And we have, I don't have the picture, I don't think. No, I don't. Okay, so Dark Queen of the Earth. You can look it up, because I don't have the picture of it. It is from Autumn Lane Stitchery, and it was another collaboration between them and Under the Sea Fabric, so I did get the nightshade. I went with the green color. 32 count Lugana from Under the Sea Fabrics, and it's the second in the series of Dark Queens. I got in 519 stitches in her this year, and I am obviously way behind since they're done. That's how far I got. That needle minder I got at Live and Die LA. I don't know if she has any more, if she can make any more, but I know she's going on a European vacation with her family, so she will not be back until, like, January. This one is going up for votes. I like the Dark Queen. I really do. But I don't feel the urgency to stitch them right away, so if it's voted in, I'll stitch on it. If not, I'll be fine. I could always bring it in later, like I said. Just because it's not voted in doesn't mean it won't get stitched on. It just means that it won't be at the top of the pile, top of the list. I'm looking for the picture for this one. Alright. Sorry, I don't have the finished picture of this one. This is Halloween Fairy from Nora Corbett. Now, it's called that in the magazine. It's, it was published in the Cross Stitch and Needlework September 2008 magazine. And I'm not going to insert a picture only because I have so much editing to do, and I have a feeling that my iPad is going to hate me. Sorry. So, you can look up the picture, though. And I know I've shown it in previous videos. And I might insert a picture for when I think it's going to be one that needs to be voted on anyway. Let's look. Halloween Fairy, yeah, it didn't make it to the definite list. So what I'll do is I'll insert a picture in the next video when I do the vote video. All right, this is going to be 32 count Monster Mash Belfast linen from Pictures Plus, and this is where she's at. I got a good amount done on her this year, I think. I think she's looking good. She doesn't have tons. I mean, it's not a super huge pattern anyway. That Witch Slap is still available in my group. And let me see. I have 450 stitches in on her this year. So she'll be up for the vote. And what else do I have? I have a couple more to show. All right. This next one is going to be done. I'm telling you, it's going to be done. This is Guardians of Notre Dame. That one. All the glare. Right? It's from Ingleside Imaginarium. You can get it on her Etsy page. And mine is being stitched on 32 count Victoria Motto linen in the colorway Shadows. And this is where I'm at. I still have those available in my group. So what did I do? Last night I finished and matched up the frame, which is a big feat because you got to think it's been all year and it matched up. The only thing that didn't match up was a little bit of the gray that was in this portion, but I made it work. It's fine. It'll be fine once it's all together. So I've been filling in a lot of the framing, and then I did just a couple of stitches on the elephant. So I'll be working on this again tonight, and I think I'm going to guilt myself into trying to finish up the elephant. Is a big one. But when I stitched last night, I just wanted easy stitching, which is basically 2 colors is good for me. So there we go. That's what that one looks like. And I plan on finishing it before the end of the month. Matter of fact, probably by next week. Probably by next week, I'm going to say. Now, there's another one. And I left these to the last for a reason. Because I also have 272 words. It is the Gettysburg Address by Abraham Lincoln. Was 272 words. And this one's by Primrose Needleworks. It's a biggie. And I got my stitches in for it this year. And then I decided it's going to be my break it up into 12 pieces for next year. I think it's a lofty goal for me, but I think I can do it. And this is where I'm putting the breaks at. So the green is what I've already done, right? And then I marked off, like, there's going to be January. I'm going to finish up the whole top line and go across. And then February is going to be these lines and then, like, that. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. And I'm going to work my way down through the months. And then December should just be that line of stars and stuff. So hopefully that'll work for me. Hopefully I can stay with it. Guardians did well for me. Here is where it's at right now. And this fabric is 32 count Lugana in Vanilla Latte by Stitch Me. And I'm using called for colors except for the words. I'm using the DMC. Because it's a lot of words and a lot of thread. So I went with the DMC. There's not a big color variation, so it's not a big deal. And I do still have those needle minders available. So there we go. I had to get a fat half of Vanilla Latte. So that's my plan. So obviously this is definitely going over for next year. Because I'm going to see it at least once a month, right? the plan. So we'll see if we can't do that. Then I have three more things to show you. One, my New Year, New Start. I decided my New Year, New Start is going to be this. But actually the chart. So I'm going to start this one. I have the fabric. I have the hog bristle from Fox and Rabbit in 36 count. I have all the threads that I need. I'm pretty sure I have all the threads. And New Year, New Start, definitely. That's a plan. Another plan. I think I'm going to start another full coverage, guys. Oh, I don't have the picture. Okay. You'll find out. I know I showed it before. I don't know. Do I have a picture of it? Where's my tablet? Because I think I put it in Pattern Keeper. And if I could find my tablet, I'd be able to show you. Oh, here it is. Alright. I'll show you real quick. It's a chart by... Hang on. Oh my goodness, why isn't the name of the chart on the key? Hold, please. I think I'd be prepared. Alright. So, it's called Let Us Gather. Now, I had wanted a full coverage Christmas piece, and I just wasn't finding what I wanted, and for some reason, I forgot that I had bought this. And thank goodness I had the peace of mind, I had the forethought to put it into Pattern Keeper, which meant that I put it in my drive because I lost my hard drive on my laptop. So I lost a lot of stuff. Okay, view PDF. Shiny Suns Cross Stitching is what it's called, and you can get it at shinysuncrossstitching.com. It's called Let Us Gather, and the artwork is by Jody Bergsma. And this is what it looks like. So I'm digging that one. So I have it kitted up. And I don't know when I'm going to start it, but it's going to be, I think it's going to be a start next year. I'm putting it on 25 count. I had a piece of 25 count that would fit. So that's the plan. And one more plan before I choke to death is I want to start another Mill Hill probably next year. And because I did a medium one last time, it'll probably be a small, and it'll probably be this one. I say that now. We'll see when the mood strikes me. And because I also have the Koala Santa. So we'll see. But I don't have the Mill Hills going, so... Let me leave you with a sneeze. Excuse me. Alright. Hopefully, I can cobble this together and get this uploaded sometime tonight. And tomorrow, I think I'll do the other video. I need to rest. Rest my throat because it's choking me to death. Oh my god. Try not to sneeze. Alright. Don't forget, don't let anyone steal your sunshine. I'll see you in the voting video, hopefully.